Today we spent the morning in the residence of the British High Commissioner here in Muthaiga with 10 children from a school in Kibra called Red Rose. And the idea was to introduce children to scientists who are from the National Museums, Nature Kenya, Mpala Research Centre, to identify in a form of a BioBlitz all of the birds, plants and invertebrates, insects, in this garden.
I've learned so many things, including the different species of birds, plants and insects. We have gotten indigenous and local plants. In insects, there are many insects that help in the decomposition of plant materials. And in birds, I've learned that observation cannot be only when you are running or when you are chasing after the birds, but they can be seen through their patterns and in the motion in which they fly.
We've been taking them through the different levels of birds identification, from the habitats where these birds are found, and also from their behaviors.
I learned that plants are even wildlife. I did not know that. I thought it was only animals. So I've learned that plants make their own food, like they don't depend on us. The only thing they depend on us is carbon dioxide, and if they had that carbon dioxide, they will be good enough for the world.
I came here today with my colleague Matthias to come and do some survey of the plants that are here, and more importantly to teach or to train young kids or school pupils on importance of trees. So basically we surveyed all the trees around here and we were targeting on indigenous plant species, and so far we have been able to find or see or to name or rather to identify over 20 indigenous species.
Today was a great day to me and even to our pupils that we brought. We have learned about plants, different types of plants. We have also learned different types of insects. We have also learned different types of birds, the way they behave.
The students were amazing, and I was very impressed by one particular boy who seemed to grasp quite deeply some theories like symbiosis, parasitism, decomposition. And I think when children start asking such questions at such early ages, and when we have opportunities to rear their interests, support them, guide them, then we are having a generation of wildlife warriors, as is a vision, or rather as your vision.
Today I was very inspired to hear the questions from the children, the wildlife warriors, who were really able to very quickly learn how to find insects and to understand their behavior and observe them.
Well, this is important because all these species are interrelated and contribute to what we call the circle of life.
I've had some really good conversations with a lot of people here about the potential for experiential outdoor education to really, I think, make a lot of impact in terms of the way that we address climate change, the way that the next generation is being brought up and educated, and it's really cool to see that happening here and to see sort of place-based learning happening in action.
It will enable them to know the importance of green spaces and the importance of birds, plants and bugs in the ecosystem.
I think this is the way to go, especially when it comes building capacity at the lower level for school kids in terms of understanding the importance of biodiversity, whether they are plants or animals. I think this is a fantastic way for long-term conservation of biodiversity, and I think it also changes the perception of young people as they grow. And since this program is spread in the schools, that will be the best. Also, teachers are also trained, and they can be like the trainers. So it's a great avenue for teaching and training and to help long-term conservation of biodiversity.
By doing this, they get to learn about place-based learning, and they also get to contribute to research. And we believe that from this, they've got to learn about how they can also even take action to even protect these species that live in their area.
To the students and the school children, I'd like to say, please continue looking at insects and looking at nature. It's really important. We need many young people in Kenya to study and be inspired by and learn about all these amazing creatures and plants that we have, because we don't know a lot about them. And this is our heritage. It belongs to the current and future generations.
To the scientists, we thank you very much. This trip could have not been better without you. And we thank you for all the time you have taken for us to come and learn about these plants and animals.
To WildlifeDirect, I like to tell them what they are doing, exposing us to the world is such a generous thing they're doing for us. They've fed my brain with extra knowledge that I did not know.
This is important because with more biodiversity and more natural species which are adapted to this location, we'll be better able to survive the changes that are coming with climate change.
I am Faith and I'm a Wildlife Warriors Club member.
I am Job Costa. I am a Wildlife Warrior member.